You're watching this video to learn how to write a function rule. With that being said, you should already know what a function table is. You should also already know how to fill out a function table. Now you're going to be given a completed function table and have to write the function rule that goes along with it. First, I want to talk about the two different types of tables. We have a horizontal table and a vertical table. There's really no difference other than which way it's pointing. On the horizontal table, the x, the input or independent variables on top, and the y, the output, the independent variables on bottom. With the vertical table, x is always on the left, y is always on the top. Other than that, there's really no difference. So now let's talk about finding a function rule. Looking at the horizontal table first. When x is 5, it's saying y is 2. When x is 6, y is 3. When x is 7, y is 4. So I have to come up with a rule that's going to work every single time. So I'm going to think about this relationship right here. When x is 5, y is 2. Subtract 3. Now I'm going to think about this relationship. Does subtracting 3 work here also? 6 minus 3 is 3. That does work. Does it work here? 7 minus 3 is 4. And 8 minus 3 is 5. So this works every single time. For that reason, my function rule is x minus 3. Because every single time x is a different number, whenever I subtract 3, I will always get my y value. In this case, if x is 12, y would be 9. Let's look at the second one. 1 to 6. Well, to get 1 to 6, I could add 5. So now let's look at this relationship. 2 to 12. Well, 2 plus 5 is 7, not 12. So adding 5 does not work. Even though it works here, it doesn't work for the whole table because 3 plus 5 is 8, not 18. 4 plus 5 is 9, not 24. So even though it works here, since it doesn't work here, this is incorrect. So I'm going to go back here. And it's like, all right, plus 5 does not work. Well, how else could I get 1 to 6? I could multiply by 6. Let's see if this works. What's 2 times 6? 12. It works there. 3 times 6 is 18. Works again. Finally, 4 times 6 is 24. So notice every single time, if I take x and multiply it by 6, I always get my y. I always get the output. So my function rule here is x times 6, or in other words, 6x. Take a moment, pause this video, look over these two, and see if you can get it on your own. For number 3, you should have gotten x plus 9. And for number 4, you should have gotten 5x. Let's take a look at the vertical table. So always asking myself, what do I have to do to x to get y? Well, 5 minus 5 equals 0, so that works. Let's see if it works here. 6 minus 5 equals 1, works again. 7 minus 5 equals 2. And 8 minus 5 equals 3. So here, my function rule is going to be x minus 5. Let's look at number 8. Number 8. To get 1 to 11, I could add 10. However, 2 plus 10 is 12, not 22. So going back here, this does not work because it won't work for the whole table. So I have to think 1 to 11 Plus 10 does not do the trick, so I'm going to try times 11. 2 times 11 is 22. That works. 3 times 11 is 33. That works. And finally, 4 times 11 is 44. That works. So my function rule is x times 11, or 11x. Take a moment, pause this video again, do 6 and 7 on your own. For number 6, you should have gotten x plus 12. And for number 7, you should have gotten x minus 4.